Hey gamers, Coach Avery here, and today we're going to go over the Minimap basics and uses to help slowly introduce us to map awareness. The Minimap is one of the tools that you can use to get a general sense of everything happening on the map in the span of 2 seconds glancing at it. The Minimap is a condensed version of the entirety of Summoner's Rift from your team's POV. Looking at this, you can see the positions of champions, minions, wards, towers, inhibitors, jungle camps using the small icons, and a white rectangle that shows what part of the minimap you're currently looking at. You will also see which parts of the map are in the fog of war and which parts are not. Open up a custom game and take 2 minutes to try and see how many icons and symbols on the minimap you can identify. The first step in using your minimap effectively is making sure that all your settings are best optimized for yourself. If you find that it takes you way too long in order to locate or be able to ping something on a minimap, this could be a sign that you need to increase the size of it. Playing around with the size settings to what you're most comfortable with can be key in being able to maximize its usefulness. On that same note, if you're comfortable with the size, but you still find yourself struggling to notice important things happening on the minimap, you may want to test out a bigger size regardless and see if that makes a difference in your map awareness. Go into a custom game and check if your minimap is set to default, and try and play with 3 larger sizes and seeing if you can get accustomed to it for at least 2 minutes for each size. The minimap can be useful as early as soon as you get into the game. One of the most common uses of the map is to be able to ping information without having to actually pan your camera all the way over to where you want to ping. To do so, take your mouse and hover over the certain part of the minimap and ping as you normally would. Whether it's to alert your bot lane to a gank or ping that someone on the map just went missing, the minimap can help you efficiently communicate vital information to your teammates quickly. In a custom game of any kind, intermittently practice using different pings on the minimap as quickly as you can while walking around in a lane for 5 minutes. Using the minimap quickly and effectively can help you to execute more difficult skills and tactics even if you're still newer to the game. We talked about roaming in another video, and using the general information that the minimap gives you at a glance, you can get a general sense of what lanes are overextended and are more vulnerable to being ganked. This can also help you if you're playing the jungle role, and while clearing camps, you can get a general sense of which side of the map you can pressure or potentially get kills on if they're overpushed in their lane. Go into a custom game with bots and using just your minimap's information, try to make 3 successful ganks or roams. Now that we've covered the basics, we're going to put our knowledge to the test. Go into a normal draft game and play around your minimap. The most effective way to easily practice is trying to look at it at least every 10 seconds. Do this for the extent of a normal draft game, and look at your minimap as often as possible, preferably for the every 10 seconds I mentioned before. I also want you to use the minimap information to communicate important information to your team successfully 20 times in the match, so that you can focus on your lane, whether it's pinging, missing laners, roaming supports, or jungle gank threats. Today we learned about the importance of using the minimap and how it can be beneficial to winning games. It can help us to communicate with our teams, make it easier to shot call when we see what our teammates and our enemies are doing. This is Coach Avery. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the Rift.